And we are live today from Fevik, Norway, reaching all the way to the Netherlands. Welcome, Dirk and Muriel.
Hey, Tim. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for inviting us here. And yeah, it's an honor.
It's a truly honor. Thank you so much. We're excited.
I sure appreciate you guys fitting this in around the holidays as we are just right before 2017 rolls out.
Yeah, it's a special time of year. Yeah, a good time of year to reflect and to look forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me do a brief introduction of you guys. Dirk and Muriel are in the Netherlands, and they've gone from being a restaurateur and a social worker to online entrepreneurship. They both have been able to tap into their core desires: family, freedom, and inspiration, bringing the best out of their students and clients. So where does your story of being a couple building together online begin, guys?
Well, I think it's my turn. I think about 3.5 years ago is actually when it all started. Being raised by my parents, like, finish your education and find a really good job, or find a job and hopefully it's a really good job that pays for your so-called security. But I was always a little bit of a rebel, and so I finished my studies. And yeah, we traveled for a year, 1.5 years. We came back, and I decided to buy a restaurant. That's how it all started. It was a very, very small restaurant, and that's my son knocking on the room. And because it is holiday, so kids are running around here. And but after buying that restaurant, I thought I was heading for freedom, because I had my own business. I was my own boss. I could do what I like. Well, to a certain level, because actually we always had financial stress. Sometimes the years was really busy, sometimes it was really slow. So it continued and continued. And then I thought, what if I buy a bigger restaurant? That will solve all my solution. That will solve all my problems, and that will be the solution. But I did. I bought a restaurant that was 10 times bigger, seats about 260 people, and wow, I also had 20 staff members suddenly, and it just got more busy and busy and busy, and the problems didn't disappear. They just got actually bigger, or more. And
I saw you 10 times less.
Yeah, you saw me 10 times less as well. And our daughter was born when this adventure began. Our daughter was born. She's now about 12 years old, and I missed out. I really missed out on her a lot in the beginning of the years. I didn't see them, and here's my son with a big question.
Papa, wat ik daar zeggen?
Nou,
Nu is het weer komen.
I'm gonna speak Dutch in a bit. Ik kom maar aan. Ik ben even in een interview. 10 minuutjes.
Oké.
Deal.
Ik heb hele goede takken.
Deal.
En wie? Met papa?
Nee, maar ik moet echt even niet dat doen.
Okay, what I can say about it is that it seemed ideal to have more businesses offline, but it was not ideal at all.
Sorry about this, but this is part of life. Actually, I really enjoyed it, because I never used to be at home. And to fast forward a little bit, because we owned restaurant for almost 12 years, and I thought, if I buy another restaurant that's even bigger, then all my dreams will come true. I got freedom. I can, I want to travel the world again and spend time with my family. Yeah, well, I did. And 7 months later, I hit bankruptcy with that one. And then it started rolling down. And we were confronted with the situation that we either really would lose everything. They let us keep us one restaurant. And so I knew I could save everything if I got a lot more customers in there. So that's where I was aiming for, and I started to look online for a solution. I saw all these people using the internet and people actually making money on the internet. But that was not even my goal. Well, it actually was to make extra money online, to save everything. But then I figured out you can use the internet to get more customers in your restaurant.
So it was the bankruptcy that brought us online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you have to prove that this system. I mean, it's just systems. You use the internet to reach out to new people that are not know you, and in this case do not know the restaurant. So it was really local, and we were able to really boost that restaurant up again and pay off a lot of the debts, and things started rolling. And then we started to think, I mean, you're a social worker and you were not really happy on your job. So, I was still not seeing my kids because I was still working in that restaurant day in, day out. But because more people came in, I could step a little bit more back, and so on. I had that taste. And
I became active on the internet because I was looking over his shoulder, seeing what he was doing, and I saw that it was successful what he was doing. He just first started to use like all the education and the tools that is all part of the system that we use to apply that in the restaurant. And since we saw it was working there, we started to get a big aha moment. If it's working for the restaurant, there's much more possible with it.
Yeah.
That is basically the big start of a big journey, a big, most exciting journey ever.
So what began to change at that point once you started implementing the system?
Well, like I said before, it's it first started with getting more customers in the restaurant, but the restaurant, I after the bankruptcy, after the third restaurant, I actually lost the passion for that kind of work, and it's just hard work. I mean, even if you're not physically do everything. I'm not a chef. I was never in the kitchen or whatever. It is still 24 hours a day or 7 days a week, and it's always something. And if we were on holiday, they would always see somebody who would call me to ask me a question like, okay. So, there was always continuing, and I was still not seeing my kids. So now Nick, our youngest, was born. He's already 7. So by that age, he was already 3 or 4 years old. And I was seeing the same thing happening again. I was missing out on him. And I just made a firm decision. I was not going to miss out on him that much. And I just wanted to spend every day with him. So by visualizing that and having that dream, we started to work towards only work online. I put up my restaurant for sale and spend as much time. I was actually already trying to live that kind of lifestyle, even though I had a restaurant, but I still had to show up there. But we continue to do that.
Yeah, but if I could help the viewers to understand where we started to shift our current lives, that was really hard work. After applying the systems, the education, the tools on our restaurant, I saw a major difference with Dirk because he could work less and have the same results because he learned how to automate business processes like attracting customers. He didn't have to flyer in the street or bicycle through the restaurant to put stuff in the letterboxes of people like, hey, we have a special night or whatsoever. Perhaps this is a simple example, but we were not used to work with autoresponders, with automate stuff that takes a lot of business owners' time, and that in the beginning started to create more time. So he was in the restaurant attending, but the thing was running. Yeah. Thanks to advertisement, he learned how to put up there on Facebook simple paid advertisement that he had no clue how that worked before we started to work with the system. So the knowledge about systems and marketing started to create the first big advantages, and that was more time and more customers. And then really that was a really nice next step. He started to attending. He was there in the restaurant in the basement. He had his office, but he was working on our online business while he was in the restaurant, not working, doing stuff for the restaurant.
I would come up every 45 minutes and say, hey, hi, how are you doing? And I went down to work because I saw the potential in the internet. And I had only one goal: get rid of the restaurant and just work from home and be around my kids. Well, and then you see these things happen. Of course, it's holiday right now. My son runs in and out, but I am actually the one. Muriel works a little bit more later because the internet is globally, and actually it's really fun. So I get up in the morning around 6. And did I really say that? I say that 6. And sorry about that. And I get up with the kids and bring them to school, and I get them from school. And between those hours that they are at school, I work on our business. And you do the nights.
We give long answers, right?
Really long answers. I can
rich answers, and they're full of clearly, personal experience individually as well as united as a couple, and then it just ripples out as a family as well. It would be fun at some point to even hear what your children have to say of this adventure you guys have been on.
Well, that will be really funny because we talk about this, of course, with our children a lot. They see us work online. They see mommy is at home all the time. I quit my job last year, 2015 somewhere. And, they see us working online and they see a lot of people on the other side of the laptop, let's call it like that. And that's weird for them, but also, yeah, they live with it. Like, they know they can't walk in the room without clothes on, in the morning when they see us having an interview or just coaching someone. That's funny. That's just a funny family anecdote. And they see what we do. And sometimes our daughter says, yeah, sometimes they ask at school, what do your parents do for a living? And she says, I do not know how to explain that. She's 12. So we have to work on that, but it will come. They
do
benefit.
Stuff on the internet.
Yeah, they do stuff on the internet. But one thing is for sure, they benefit from our lifestyle. They see us take our laptop everywhere. We can take them everywhere. We took them to 8 countries this year, from France to the Dominican, and that is a rich that's a rich memory for the future for them. And I bet that he always makes a joke that if they don't understand what we do, we now can afford their therapy later in the future.
Hey, as a parent, you can only do your best, but I don't know. I think it's priceless to be around them. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, what advice would you give to other couples building together using a system like this?
Make sure you have your own part in the business. Don't try to be the techie guy both, or don't try to be. So it is good to know from everything a bit, but have your own expertise in the business. Does that make sense? What I say?
Focus on each other's strengths. Yeah. Like, this is a practical example. I need to do my own techie stuff because when I'm creating a blog, I need to know how to do that. I cannot ask him everything, like, where do I put the link? How do I put a link in? But he is the techie guy of the two of us, and I do more the talk with the people, the coaching, the one-on-one contact. I do the team hangouts, but I do techie things too, and he does coaching too. But our specialities, we highlight that. Like, this is just important to use each other's strengths and then split that up. Yeah.
Fantastic. So how is that divided between the two of you in terms of strengths, and how did you identify that? It sounds like it was a little bit of hit and miss, a little trial and error before the clarity of that was present.
Yeah, it was trial and error. And some plates as well. And but you start doing this and it's all new. If I told her, can you copy paste that, she would freak out. I mean, that was the level where we started with no experience online whatsoever. So you have to find things out. You have this amazing tool called YouTube. You can find everything you want to know on YouTube. And so that's where it started, and it is just learning and educating yourself really, really every day. And of course, you know each other a little bit more. Although I own restaurants, I'm let me do my thing in building sales funnels or building stuff. That's what I did in the restaurant. I was building a new bar, or I was fixing this. That's what I love to do, building things. And you are more the people.
Yeah, person. I was always a social worker for 22 years. But learning, being open to learn and to explore what give and take. How do you say that? Give and take. Like we tried things out and it didn't work. Like I tried to do what he was doing and he tried to do what I was doing and it didn't work. Then we opened our mind. Okay, this is apparently not working. How can we do it differently? You know what? If I do this and you do that, how does it work? And we were open-minded all the time. We talked about our errors and our trials and just made it happen just by falling down and standing up again. And also because when you're in a relationship and you have growing up kids, you're business partners, you're married, you're parents, it's a lot of social roles. How do you say that? Social, yeah. And you have to be straight to each other, but keep on learning and have an open mind and keep on loving each other, respecting each other, see where it brought us and where it can bring other couples. If you have a big reason why, and you can find each other there, then you will find a way. You have to try and do and learn.
What is your reason why? Will you answer your own question there?
Of course. We started with our biggest reason why was to quit my job, to sell the restaurant, to be location independent, pay off our debts, and show our kids the world, and don't have to walk like this through life with a big block of pile of worries, of living from paycheck to paycheck worries, limitations. And basically we're in this stage that we are creating new affirmations. If we look back, it's really nice that you asked that, because we're in the stage. I have my blue book here, I can show it to you. It's full with affirmations and goals that I wrote down the whole year, and every month I wrote down new ones. New goals, new dreams, and it started with our biggest reason why. But 2016 was really good for us. The company that gave us the system and the education was really good for us. It worked. Everything that we dreamed of happened past year. So now our biggest reason why is a new reason why. It's still the core: family time, freedom, unlimited travel, wealth. But our vision grew, and it is now more about others. It's what's working for us should work for others. So our vision and our reason why is now to help others to create the same as we created for ourselves. And that's why we also started a coaching program, and we are now more focused on duplication, because it's better when you can include others in your vision and in your change and in your good life than only for yourself. And that is now our reason why. Just to go ahead with what we were already doing, but now teach it to others.
Yeah.
Bring other parents home like we came home. I say that?
Oh, I like that last line. Help bring other parents home like you guys have been able to come home.
Yeah.
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 Because life is not that difficult.
Fantastic, guys. Well, thank you so much for doing this brief introduction and giving us a taste of this adventure that you guys have been on. I hope this begins to help your children answer the question from the neighbors and the friends at school about what do your mom and dad do? Maybe this in some way can help your suspicious, curious neighbors to know why you're coming and going. You said 8 times, right? 8 trips last year?
Yeah. We have a lot of backup of the neighbors feeding our cats. How do they do it? We try to explain, but it's hard for them to understand. But yeah.
Brilliant. Well, press on. We absolutely support you, and I thank you for being part of the BeLoved Miracles Couples Project here, where we're inspiring couples worldwide to wake up to, as you said, what is your primary desire, your core drive. Where is the next step of self-awareness leading to self-development? And then I love and I absolutely encourage and remind myself as well that what we're really here for is for those that we have a chance to serve.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I want to highlight for all the viewers, Tim Owen, because Tim, we're watching you like your name. How can we miss it? Your vision is huge. You do great things. Your blogs are amazing, and just the fact that you put this together, your stories, what you put out there could just be just that thing that people were searching for that moment. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to be part of your interviews. It's really an honor. So really keep on going what you're doing. It's great what you're doing. And we really admire your vision and all the work that you put in it. Really respect that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, you guys. And as we say here very often, and needing to be reminded, myself and as well all the rest of us, you know, together, truly together, as you guys have demonstrated and shared your story, together we all have an opportunity to overcome.
Awesome.
For sure. And well, thank you so much. You're a great leader. I can't wait to see more of you and to meet you next year. One of our friends.
We'll do that soon, and hope to follow up with more of this story to, again, help your neighbors and those curious people around you know what's developing next in your lives. So with that, I'll say goodbye for now from Norway.
Bye,
Awesome.
Tim. Bye from the Netherlands.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.